So today what we're talking about is Angelfish through the U.S. Postal Service. And here it came, priority mail in just 2 days. This was mailed on Tuesday, and the Postal Service held it, just like it says here. They called me, and at 8 o'clock this morning, I went and picked it up. So these fish come from AngelMania.net. And now we're going to open it up and see if they survive the trip. It is March 30th, and it's been cold right down into the 30s. So oftentimes fish in the mail may not make it, they just get too cold. Information comes with it that shows you how to take care of your fish when you first get them. I don't follow all of those directions, but I'll explain as we go on with this video. And this is very well packed, and inside this little wrapping of newspaper is one of those dry chemical hand warmers. So a little precaution against the cold as it's in transit, and it's packed really well. You have insulation, and then there's a little package of, you only saw it for a moment there, but Miracle Nibbles. It's food provided by AngelMania. And as soon as we get it out of the box, you got to get it right into your fish tank. And the reason you want to do that is the water temperature can be very low, and we're going to check that in a second. The good news is all the fish are alive. We ordered 4 angelfish from AngelMania.net, and he actually packed 6 in here. So there's a little insurance in case a couple of them might have died in transit, but everyone's good, as you can see here. Now normally, you want to put them in a hospital tank. I don't have a hospital tank. All I have is a 54-gallon community tank. And so we're going to be introducing them right into that tank with the fish that I already have. And I put a thermometer in here. It's 72 degrees, which is not bad at all considering the weather conditions that this has traveled through. And we'll keep that thermometer stuck in there until we can make sure that it's within 1 degree of the temperature of the water in the tank already. Now what you'll notice is the fish in the tank are running around and they are eating fish food. I make sure to feed the fish before I put the new fish in, and the reason for that is you don't want to feed new fish after they've been stressed in transit. So you want to give them 24 to 48 hours before you actually feed them for the first time around. So while they're acclimating in this bag, the fish in the tank are being fed because they're also going to be fasting for the next 24 hours or more. Water chemistry is really important, and while they're in this bag, it came double bagged, it's the time to look over the fish. Remember that I'm not putting them in a quarantine tank, which is probably what you should do if you have a quarantine tank, but we're going to be putting them straight into my community tank. All the fish look like they're in great shape, and if you notice, they're not panicked and they're not darting around inside this bag. So the next thing I'm going to do is cut it open, and I'm drawing water out of the fish tank, and we're adding that water to the water that they came shipped in. So the acclimation process, the slower you are about it, the better the fish are going to be and the less stressed they're going to be when they get introduced to your tank. So we're gradually mixing it. They are within 1 degree of the water temperature in my tank. All the conditions in my tank are good, no ammonia. Now keep in mind that probably there's ammonia building up inside this bag because they've been in it for 2 days. So we are gradually changing that water chemistry. Now these are all pretty small. I went on AngelMania.net and I picked out the varieties of angelfish that I wanted. And shipping was not bad. I think it's $20 for shipping. I think there's also a minimum order that you can place, and then you can get free shipping if you buy enough fish. I purchased 4, but again, he included 6, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now what I'm doing here, rather than just dump the bag out into the tank all of a sudden, I've cut away the top, and there goes the first one. I'm just letting them swim out of the bag on their own. Now there is fish waste inside this bag, so I'm going to hopefully leave that in there. That would have just gone right into my tank if I opened it and dumped them. But you're seeing kind of a time-lapse version here. I was holding this bag in the water for, gosh, it seemed like forever, 15 minutes maybe, and tried to get a recording for you each time the little angelfish exited the bag. but they were in no hurry to get out of there. In fact, in some instances, they all swam out as a group, turned around, and went right back into the bag. So it was a test of patience. Now, again, this is a 54-gallon community tank. So the fish that are already in this tank, there is one black-veiled angelfish that's quite a bit older than this group. So we'll have to keep an eye on him. There are neon tetras in here, there are zebra danios, and there are cory catfish, and that's it. This tank has about half of its capacity filled with fish. So the water conditions are not stressed. It is not at all near peak capacity as far as fish go. I only wanted 4 angels, so we're going to see how this goes as they mature. Normally, angelfish might be aggressive towards neons or the danios, primarily the neons though. And the thought here is if they're going to grow up with them in the same tank, maybe they'll show less aggression. So I violated, that rule. They've gone right into the community tank. We're going to not feed them for 24 hours. And the lighting is up right now so that you can see it for the video. But after this video is over with, we're going to shift to what we call moonlight mode, and it's just going to be a dark blue color. Taking fish out of a bag, some people say, you might want to introduce them to your new tank with the tank light really subdued. You don't want to drop them into a dark tank because then they would be panicked. They can't see anything. They can't figure out where the hiding places are. And so having some light in the tank while they're getting acclimated and while they're becoming acquainted with that environment is also going to help reduce the stress. So you can see they're all swimming normally. They are not hiding in the corner. They're not running into the cover areas and trying to avoid the other fish. They're openly interacting with all the fish that I already have in my tank. So these are all great signs. And I have to say that AngelMania gave a great set of instructions with this shipment of fish. It's the first time I've ordered from them. And I have to say that I don't have anything bad to add about, number one, how the transaction went. The selection of fish they have on their website is fantastic. And of course, it's just angelfish. If you want to get a specialty fish or you want a specific variety of angelfish, I recommend that you go there. Now, some people may say, well, I can go and get an angelfish at my local pet shop for $6, $7 or whatever. These angelfish are only like $9 or $10 each. Now, if you think that sounds expensive, you're going to keep an angelfish for several years. I don't understand really nickel and diming over the specific variety of angelfish or any other breed for that matter. If it's what you want and you can get a variety that's really appealing to you, then what's wrong with spending even twice that amount? These fish are going to be in your aquarium for many years, and they'll grow up to be several inches tall, like 6 to 8 inches tall. So it's a big investment in time and energy. So I say shop around and find the quality and the variety of fish that you really want to have in your tank and that you'll be comfortable with for years to come. So I guess in closing, I have to say I definitely recommend AngelMania.net, and I'll put a link in the description of this video. And they did not compensate me. I have no deal worked out with them. I just bought them as anyone else would, and they shipped them to me. I did send an email saying that they are welcome to withhold my shipment until we know that the route is safe from freezing temperatures. I believe they said on their website that they can ship anytime the temperatures are above 32 degrees. So, good experience so far. We'll see how they grow and develop. And again, we're going to start feeding them 24 to 48 hours after this, but they look fantastic. Thanks for watching.